I've got a Spark EV and I put a hitch on it. I'm going to show you how a prefabricated hitch for a gas spark won't work. Then I'll show you the steps of how I installed a hitch. And finally, I'll end the video with details about why it's a good and a bad idea to put a hitch on your Spark EV. So stay tuned. First though, safety. Think safety. Be safe. And don't hurt yourself or others doing something dangerous. I started the whole process by rolling the dice and buying a hitch online that fits another Spark, the gas one, with the same body style. The hopes were that I would just have to drill a few extra holes in the hitch plates so that it would fit, and I'd just call it good. But that was not the case. You can see here the bumper rail is similar to a gas Spark, and then there's this other bumper rail that the Spark EV has that makes using one of these hitches nearly impossible. So I buttoned it all up and just returned it. I had an idea while the car was dismantled, though. Now that leads to the next part where I'll be going over details so that you could theoretically do this yourself. However, if you have never made a hitch for a vehicle before or have not worked with fabricating metal, you probably shouldn't do this. If you've installed a hitch before and drilled metal, maybe you can do this, but just keep watching and you'll see there's quite a bit involved. I've just built a lot of metal stuff over the years. One of those projects was a tow hitch for my old Toyota Corolla, and I even put airbags in the rear of that car so that when I towed my boat, the car would be level. And that hitch was made from a half-inch thick, 3-inch flat bar, and here's a scrap of that. You can see it's pretty burly stuff. Anyway, with the Corolla, I got so much use out of that hitch. It was just awesome. I ended up putting a hitch on the front of the car, hooks going out the right side so I can carry 20-foot sticks of steel from the yard that I bought steel from. Anyway, the car ended up getting rear-ended and it turned into another project. Go figure. With the car, though, I didn't tow anything super heavy or dangerous, and that's a key element you got to always consider when you're doing hitch. Like, no matter if it was made by a company or not, like, just looking back at that hitch for the Spark that I bought, like, they mount it to the unibody frame by these 3 measly bolts on each side. Like, they pop through the unibody. And that may be good for like a bike rack, but don't go trying to drag any stumps out of the ground. You know what I mean? Might not work out. So you see that protection bar behind the battery? It's incredibly stout. Like, look at that thing. It's a beast. It's definitely held on much better than how the manufacturer of the Chevy Spark hitches are held on, if that makes sense. So do you see this? It's a bumper-mounted receiver hitch, good for up to 3,500 pounds when mounted to a standard truck bumper. And they sell these at Walmart, or if you want to pay 60% more, you can go to Tractor Supply. You can also find them on Amazon. Harbor Freight has a couple to choose from as well. And I'll link this stuff in the description. I don't make money off of any of those links yet because I'm just lazy. So just know that they're there because I'm trying to help you. Do you get it? It's the name of the channel. Okay, so I paired that bumper receiver thing with this adjustable towing ball mount that I bought at Lowe's. And the end result is that I will have a hitch similar to how Tesla Model X's have a hitch. And it installs upward from the underside instead of like straight from the back. Again, words, I don't know. Maybe you get it? Maybe. With these parts and a couple more parts and drill in a couple holes and this thing, it'll be mounted to that support bar. Simple as that, right? But it wasn't that simple to drill through the support bar. It was a pain in the butt. And I figured out where I needed to put the hitch, marked the holes, and started drilling. And it almost seemed like the thing was made out of like stainless steel or something. But why would they paint it if it was made of stainless? I don't know. Maybe the thing's made from like a stronger steel, like a hardened steel or something. Heat treated? Meh. A cordless drill didn't cut it, neither did a corded one. So replacing my old drill press from Harbor Freight, that's still in California, I bought a new one and modified it so that it would be able to drill through the support bar of the Spark. Oh my gosh. So are you willing to go this far for your Spark EV, huh? I mean, look at this though. Worth it. I finally was able to drill some 1/2-inch holes and I used grade 8 1/2-inch bolts. And some flat bar that I mentioned earlier, I still have some of that, so I use that and sandwich all the parts together. With the flat bar, I coated it in Rust-Oleum truck bed liner spray paint because that stuff it's pretty good. It's effective and tough, and I recommend it over regular Rust-Oleum spray paint. Yeah, it's worth the extra money. And they have roll-on paint too for the truck bed liner. It's pretty good. After I got all that put together, I finished it off by using my Ryobi multi-tool, and I etched out a hole in the plastic of the bumper, and I'm really happy that the EV symbol can still be there. Yeah. Yeah, and I have since destroyed that Ryobi tool because it's kind of a pile of crap. But have I towed with it? Yes. I have towed a 6x10 trailer from Tractor Supply a couple times. The one they have that's made out of aluminum, weighs about 700 pounds, and it tows so nicely. And $15 for 6 hours? It's a good price. Yeah. And the Spark's torque just translates to towing so perfectly. I don't think I used the word translate right. It's quick. So I've towed a riding mower and a 400-pound piece of gym equipment. Yeah, zero issues, minus the fact that more energy was needed, so it eats through the battery. But same for gas or diesel towing vehicles. You just say goodbye to your gas mileage. Yep. But regen, oh, it's good. And just as like when the car's not towing, it's like the same. Just whole bunch of regen. Very nice. Turns, going and stopping. It all feels really solid with the car. And keep in mind, I'm not exceeding the speed limit while I'm towing with the trailer. However, I'm not taking it too slow from stoplights or turns. Oh, yeah. Important final piece here is same as the first, is safety. Taking this car and towing something heavy is hazardous. Vehicles that are designed specifically for towing, the same concept applies. The main reason I put so much effort into installing a hitch was because my wife and I want to get rid of our van. It's our third car and it burns gas and we almost never use it. But it's big and we can haul stuff around, so it's like, ugh. You know what I mean? So the Spark will be a good replacement for the van when it comes to hauling large items around occasionally. Anyway, be safe. Hope that helped. See you later, Internet.